Hey Techno Studs! A lot of times when we're configuring our equipment, we don't do it right the first time. So let's go over some troubleshooting commands and how they can help you out with troubleshooting issues on your network. In this video, we're just going to cover a few of the commands you may use to troubleshoot your network. So I'm going to bring up R1, and of course, the go-to one that I use a lot is just the ping command. And so that's one that you will use quite a bit. In fact, I've got a continuous ping going down over here from my demo laptop to the other side of the network, just to see if anything goes down or everything's working fine. All right, another command I really love to use is show IP interface brief. I love just this one because it, at a quick view, shows me what my different interfaces are doing and then if I have any issues with those. I'm going to do a show IP route. That's another one that we can see if we even got connectivity to certain networks and whether we're seeing certain networks within our whole topology. Another one that I really like to use is show run. And so if you notice, none of these are OSPF specific. These are just ones that I would use just for troubleshooting in general. So I would go through the configuration and see if there's anything in the configuration that's jumping out at me. Some ones that are specific to OSPF and get a little more, drill in a little deeper is show IP protocols. So I could do show IP protocols, and then we can see that this is the OSPF protocol that's running and some information on the router IDs that are out there, the router ID that we have of this device. So now we're getting a little more into OSPF and some commands that are specific to OSPF. For instance, show IP OSPF is another one that will give us a lot of information about OSPF, what's running and different metrics involved with it. And so I can see quite a bit of information such as the reference bandwidth there. Another one is show IP OSPF neighbors. This is a great one to see your neighbors and see what kind of connection you have to your neighbors, what state it's in. Then we have the show IP OSPF database, and then we can see the links and all of the links, the link IDs that are on the network, and which router is advertising those, the age of those links, so we get some great information around OSPF and how it's communicating. Then I'm going to do a show IP OSPF interface, and I can see the interface here. So this one specifically is showing serial 010, and it's up, and some information such as the router ID, the cost of that link that it's figuring the cost of the link is, the state, so we get some good information here as well. I can do a show IP OSPF interface brief. Shows me some of that information, but more in a table format, and I can see some of the neighbors and some of the different devices that are on this network for this area, which devices are on this area. Then I'm going to, one last thing that I'll point out here that's not on the routers, but I do have a file as well that I created a while ago, and it is for testing. I'm going to hit edit on here. And if you've been watching my videos, this is one that I went over quite a while ago. So I'm not going to recover it, but there are some new IPs that I put in here since our network has grown. So now I can ping all of those IPs all at once and see connectivity. If you want to see it in action, this one's interesting because it opens up a bunch of windows and shows me if I'm pinging all the devices. It's a quick way to check, especially for these labs. It's a quick way to check to make sure that you're starting out with connectivity where you should have connectivity before you start your labs. So that could be a fun little project for you to get into and test out. So there's just some commands that you can use for troubleshooting, and we are going to get into troubleshooting our WAN connections in the next few videos, and these commands could help out with that.